couple years ago, my wife and I were both fucking going to get in the car. She walks out and she goes, "Smell that? Water." I was like,
Water.
I was like, "Do you mean it smells like rain?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why the fuck didn't you say that?"
In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast.
And that's how I got rid of monkeypox.
Well, I mean, you got to stop putting those things in your mouth in the first place. Like we've been telling you for a while.
I never
dude.
got it. I just pass it around.
Oh, patient 0. Got it.
I appreciate that you didn't really embrace the whole distance mutual masturbation during it, though. You were just like,
No.
I'm just going to fuck right through this. It's fine.
Yeah, just fuck right through the monkeypox.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do. That's the actual way of doing things.
Oh my god, that's a fantastic shirt. Hashtag fuck through monkeypox.
Well, freedom isn't free. You know what they say.
Have y'all seen pictures of people with like monkeypox and shit?
Looks-
Yeah, it's
looks
real
terrible.
gross, man.
Fucking rowdy.
It looks real bad. Like, you. Did you see the one where the dog got it?
Well,
Quit fucking your dog.
Right? Like,
next, that's how you get dog pox. God damn it. Stop it. Some asshole fucked a monkey. We don't need any dog pox thrown around.
dog pox.
Okay.
Well, why did they name it monkeypox?
Fuck boys. There's the Freedom Friends.
It's brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that sweet 15% off. Icy Tech Coolers. Go over there. IcyTech.com. For those that get it, use that code FreedomFriends10. That'll get you 10% off over there. And of course, our good friends, owellness.us. Use that code FreedomFriends25. That'll get you a quarter off your order over there. Welcome to the Freedom Friends podcast. That's Jazz. John's not here, but we do have the sultry, sexy face of Dave.
Hola.
I'm Mikey, and this is Scott. We are the Freedom Friends, at least sometimes. Fuck.
Unless you're fucking dogs.
Unless you're, if you're fucking dogs, you can't be a Freedom Friends. You can't sit with us.
No.
Like,
We draw the line at monkeys.
yeah. I mean, these monkeys are a fucking grade A version of us.
If you're fucking anything that doesn't have thumbs,
Monkeys have thumbs.
I mean,
I'm drawing the fucking line.
you know,
Raccoons
I'm-
have thumbs.
I'm gonna
No,
give.
they don't.
I'm gonna
It's
give
not prehensile.
patient 0 benefit of the doubt, and he got fucked by the monkey.
I could
I'm
absolutely
there
see a
with you.
gorilla making its way.
I could see a
Yeah.
gorilla doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see a baboon doing it.
Ooh.
Those things are fucking mean.
They're like us, just with huger anuses.
Prolapsed anus.
Yeah. Yeah, they just look like pink socks walking through the jungle.
You watch too much Nat Geo.
That's why you
buddy.
can jump into the jungle. You just use those as a fucking wind.
Does that scare off their
Eat the
enemies?
carrots.
Oh boy.
God damn it. This has gone on too long.
We're way too deep down this hole at this point.
I am only 2 sips of Jameson in here, so
Yeah, I need.
It-
I've only drank like a finger
Yeah.
of this, man.
but yeah,
Jesus.
by the way, we haven't been drinking.
Good
like this
God.
is
Yeah, this is stone cold
this
sober.
is actually why we drink, so that this shit doesn't happen.
Good God, man.
Could be worse, guys. We could be in Dallas right now.
That statement is true almost all the time.
They're kind of moist up there right now.
Yeah, they're like that huge storm that came through. They're projected in the next week to get like a foot of rain.
Yep.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
it's like their levee broke.
It's weird
Yeah.
shit. Like like Las Vegas is flooding right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the strip's been underwater for a while.
They're in the middle of the goddamn desert.
Monsoons,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey,
That
maybe
happens.
they'll fill that fucking lake up a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, they're going to be able to hide bodies in Lake Mead again. That was weird.
That was
They're
a safe bet for a lot of years.
yeah, they were like, where are all these 55-gallon drums full of? I have an idea. I'm pretty sure I know what they're full of.
It's an aged protein shake.
Yeah, fucking made of human. Fucking-
Well, it's Soylent Green. That's all it is.
Yes.
it's made of people.
The best food for human is more human.
Yeah, yeah,
Just can't eat the brain. That's the
yeah. That's supposed to make
gives you the shakes and shit.
it makes you insane, right?
Makes you Hillary.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That explains it. That's why she's like, meh,
Yeah.
meh.
The balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyways,
Do you remember that GIF when somebody made that into a GIF and then
Yes.
put a dick going in her mouth? That was one of my favorite. I was like, I don't know who did this, but
all right, look, I don't kink shame.
well done.
But
No, her I'll king shame.
no.
I don't give a
Whoever was like, I want to see Hillary eat a dick. I'm shaming that kink. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but no.
Yeah, nobody wants to see a lady in a pantsuit
No.
that's into murder.
Like, I'm not a
Double
huge
hog.
fan of Pelosi, but at least she's got those ginormous
Fun bags,
melons.
man.
Yeah,
Fun
fuck.
bags. God, those things.
It's gross.
Those things are
Could raise the
glorious.
Titanic with those things.
Fucking A, man. Dude. I actually called her out to my house. My driveway was sloped.
It's insanity.
Dave, how are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Tired.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Insomnia week.
Insomnia week.
Yeah.
You been on a Dave Attell kick or?
No. Just
sounds
about
like
once every
lame.
couple of months. I get a good solid week where it's I'm lucky to get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night.
Yeah?
So
It's like lame Shark Week.
yeah, it really
It's
is.
a very lame Shark Week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott, how about you? How you doing?
I'm tired too because last night I went to a concert.
Oh, did you go to Molly Crew?
I went to Motley Crue.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I went to Poison and Def Leppard and Joan Jett. And we missed Joan Jett because parking and driving around there was insane.
That's probably okay.
Yeah, I like Joan Jett. I could have missed Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Well, you did. Because
Imagine
Motley Crue is not Motley Crue anymore.
imagine the worst drunken karaoke sung by somebody who's never heard a Motley Crue song.
Yeah.
And that's what I heard last
There's all
night.
those recordings that have come out of him that are he's just like, feel good. All right.
He-
Like, and it's like, bro,
like
did you
the-
forget all
the-
the lyrics? Or
The
Like,
band and everything was great. He sucked.
so I
like,
saw Motley
wow, it was
Crue
bad.
in '99.
They're still good then.
So it was Motley Crue. So it was Anthrax,
Nice.
Megadeth,
Nice.
and Motley Crue. Like that was the lineup.
That's a
And
solid lineup.
I saw him at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion Center in Houston. And it was an outdoor concert. It was my 16th birthday present, was tickets to Motley Crue. So I went and saw Motley Crue. I was given 4 tickets so I could take me and 3 of my friends. And we had this one chick with us, tiny itty bitty blonde chick. And Anthrax had played, Megadeth had played, and the seats in the front hadn't completely sold out. Like the
Yeah.
front like 10 rows, there was like holes in it or whatever. So Motley Crue comes out to play, and they see the empty seats and like, this is bullshit. There's no fucking way we're playing to empty seats. I need all of the fucking bouncers to go and give these seats away and fill up these fucking front rows. So they're out walking, and if you've ever been to the Cynthia, the Woods Pavilion or whatever, it's a seated area and then it's a big lawn. It's a giant green lawn hill
Yeah.
that you can sit on. And it's dope. Like you go and you like take a blanket or whatever and you sit on this big hillside and watch this concert. So I'm there. So the little chick that was with me who we'd nicknamed Smurfette runs and like wiggles her way through this crowd and hops on this bouncer who's like 7'12". He's fucking massive, right?
That's 8 foot, but yeah,
Yeah, but it sounds better as 7'12".
I agree.
So she hops on and he just catches her and is holding her like she's a toddler because she's like 4'9".
Yeah. I'm 5'12".
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm 5'13".
Perfect.
I'm 5'13".
See, it sounds better.
Yeah.
And she apparently goes into this big, huge story about why we should get the seat because it's my birthday or whatever.
426.
And she got us upgraded to 4th row. So
Nice.
I watched Motley Crue from the 4th row. So I was, yeah. So in my formative years, I got to see Nikki Sixx just air fucking everything that was in front of him. And I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Now he was great.
That dude can still perform.
Tommy Lee was good.
Tommy Lee still got it.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Tommy Lee recently
He-
put his dick on
he
Facebook
talked
and it
about
just
it.
stayed there.
He talked
Nobody
about
fucking took it down. They were just like, great dick.
He talked about
You
it.
have to admire it though.
Right? Like, fuck.
He talked
Really?
about it on the show. Yeah.
What'd he say?
He said he was last week. He went on a huge bender and put his dick on social media. And he said, we're used to seeing a bunch of boobs at the show, but tonight I want everybody to show their cocks. And then they put the camera. He called out one guy in a pink shirt. And they put the camera and lights on this guy, and he's like, "Show me your cock." And the guy's like, 40-something fat dude in a pink shirt.
Because he's
And
a
his-
Motley Crue fan.
and his wife's next to him. And he's like, no. The wife says no. And Tommy, I think Tommy Lee was still talking. He's like, divorce her and fucking show your dick, I'm like,
Yeah, Your Honor, Tommy Lee clearly told me.
yes. I'm pretty sure
That might have gotten you out of it.
that if I would have been the guy in the lights, like I would have had to show my dick.
I probably would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle would have
Yeah.
made that happen.
I think I would have told her to show my dick.
Haley would have been mad at me if I didn't.
Yeah.
She's like, Tommy Lee is fucking talking to you.
Yeah.
You show
Yeah.
some goddamn respect to your cock out.
One thing I'll give like Tommy Lee and Nikki Sixx is that like those boys hit 1987 and we're like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Right?
This is it.
Like, I'm
The
fucking,
calendar kept changing, but they didn't.
Nope.
They were just
I'm
like,
fine.
"Yep, this is it.
I'm all set.
I am really glad I evolved past 1987 because I would have been 4 forever.
But and that's some of that stuff. Like if that had been the late 80s, it'd have been like, let me see your cocks. It had just been a sea of dick. It just
Yeah.
Yeah.
now everybody that was a Motley Crue fan that's now going back to watch Motley Crue is like, no. No. Because everything on me protrudes further than my dick. Like I don't
Right.
Well, when Tommy Lee literally became famous to an entire generation because of his cock.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
that's true.
Pam's
It,
tits
it was
helped.
it was also
Well, yeah.
I
where
definitely
he was
watched
putting
that
the
for
cock.
Pam's tits.
Well,
I
of
wasn't
course.
watching that for Tommy's cock.
But we were all like, tight hang down, bro. Like we were all like, give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
My man is like, God picks his favorites, and Tommy Lee's one of them.
Well, he was like, hey, do you want insane talent, good looks, tons of money, and a huge dick?
Sure.
Tommy was like, yeah, I can handle that.
Only if I can only live in 1987.
Yeah, but I'm going to stop at
No,
1987.
no. God's caveat was your lead singer's going to suck for the last half of his career.
And Tommy was like, yeah, that's fine.
Did y'all see the caption of his post?
Uh-uh.
No, I missed the dick.
I missed the whole thing.
I don't know how, but
Did you have to scroll that far down or what?
All he put was oops. Like it was just PPPPPSSSSS.
I didn't see it. All I saw was people being marked safe from Tommy Lee's dick. Like that's all I saw.
That and the memes were like the picture of Tommy Lee Jones is like, yeah, that was the wrong Tommy Lee, but thanks for visiting my Instagram page.
I love that story of Tom Segura's about Tommy Lee Jones being gay because his dad told him that he was gay one time. So like for years, Tom Segura goes around Hollywood telling people that Tommy Lee Jones is gay because his dad told him. And why would his dad make that up?
You know he
and then
lives
he
here.
meets somebody and he's like, no, he's not. He's like, I know his wife. Like we're really good friends with him. Like he's not gay. And he's like, what the fuck? So Tom Segura calls his dad and is like, hey, man, I just found out Tommy Lee's not gay. And his dad goes, oh, thought he was. for like years.
Tommy Lee Jones lives here.
Yeah.
He like lives in San Antonio.
Yeah, he lives in like Alamo Heights, doesn't
He
he?
is apparently a huge fucking dick. He's apparently an asshole.
Yeah.
All you got to do is look at him and figure that one out.
He looks like he'd be a prick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Tommy Lee, come prove everybody wrong. Come on the show.
Wait, which Tommy Lee?
Tommy Lee Jones. Well, either one. Fuck.
If Tommy Lee wants to come be on the show, I'm fucking down.
Yeah, man.
I'm
I
down to clown for that one.
I'm going to have to hydrate for that show.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You clean your nails with passages too, because that's
Yeah, I've never done cocaine, but if you're going to try it once,
with Tommy Lee.
Tommy
is
Lee's
probably
the way to do it.
Do you know what
Yeah.
dick fingers are?
Again, you show some goddamn respect. You snort that blow off that hog.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure that hog can snort its own blow.
Probably.
Like yeah.
It's just an anteater. It just comes out. And
It's fucking rowdy.
he puts a straw in his dick hole and it just sucks it up. I learned this from fucking Ozzy back in the 80s.
Oh, my. I just had horrifying flashbacks to
Uh-oh.
season 2 of The Boys.
3. Season
3.
Again, never seen it. Hadn't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Nope. Haven't watched it yet. So how was the rest of the show besides like,
Poison
That-
is great. Poison is awesome.
yeah?
Def Leppard, I like half their songs. The other half I just don't like.
So
So
the Alamo Dome, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So Def Leppard is 50% great and 50% suck. They're old. Def Leppard is
Well,
old.
they're all old.
Yeah. But no, they look old.
Tommy's just pickled, so he doesn't
Yeah.
look as old.
Def Leppard is like, this one came out in 78. Like, what the shit? He's been
Yeah.
singing it longer than I've been alive. So
Speaking of 1978, they recently redid the Millennial fucking Cutoff Boys.
Again?
And now, so Xennials and or Elder Millennials are 1977 to 1987.
Huh.
So if you're born between 77 and 87, you are a Xennial.
Xenial.
Basically, you had an analog childhood and a digital fucking adulthood.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm right in the middle of that, and
Yeah.
as are you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so is Jazz. Fuck. So is John.
Everybody.
Yeah. I agree
Except
with
for
you.
that one.
Not the child behind the monitor over there.
Fucking
Yeah.
boomers.
Yeah. No.
Dude, in
Not
19,
anymore.
in 1987, Justin would have been -8.
Yeah. Nope. More than that.
-10.
Negative 10. You were born in 97? Good
Jesus.
God.
Okay, so the generation before whatever the fuck we're supposed to be called was Gen X, right?
hmm
And then Youngblood's generation is supposed to be Gen Z. So based on the alphabet that I know,
Why?
we're supposed to be Gen Y.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with, I want to be called the Forrest Gump generation
Why?
because Gen Y would be pronounced
Gen A.
Jenny.
That's a stretch, man.
Yeah.
A lot of fat on that one.
Doesn't matter. It's as stupid as fucking Xenial.
Yeah. It's all stupid. Doesn't matter.
Who is the they, by the way? Who's just like making this
Yeah,
shit up?
I don't know who the standard practices people are on this one, man. I don't know.
Because my favorite one that I
don't
saw
know the
was
governing body
was
for
the
this,
golden generation,
which I like that.
which was the Xennial or Elder Millennial or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck.
Well,
Stupid
I
name
think they're just
giving
trying to
it
put
these
a
days.
name on it because like we're
Gen
like,
Y.
well, because we're not fucking, we're definitely not millennial. We're not millennials. We're not like we don't identify with that kind of debauchery in any form or fashion, right?
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean,
like we didn't know the internet when we were little. We fucking played until the fucking lights came on, and then we came home. We were turnkey kids. We did shit like that.
yeah, I guess
like-
I don't really understand because they want to base your generation off of like where your formative years would have been or whatever.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm like, okay, so the millennium was year 2000.
Yeah.
That's not where I would have said my formative.
I'm already an adult
yeah,
at that
yeah,
point.
I mean,
or a young adult. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, we were all
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if
16,
you're
17, 18
if you're
years
able
old
to
at that point.
if you're able
Yeah.
to sign a contract with the military, you're no longer in your formative years.
I
Like
agree.
you've gone past this.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, I'm not saying that your personality wasn't affected by being an 18-year-old in the military. Yes, it was,
I see what you're saying.
as evidenced by the fact that that 10% of your life was spent in the military, and it's now essentially impacted everything you do.
it's 25% of my life spent in the military.
How long were you in?
Almost 10 years. 10 years.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
John that did 4. Right?
Almost half of mine is fucking.
Yours, I totally get. Like
Yeah.
my grandfather did 31 years and then stayed part of the AUSA and
Yeah.
da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. I mean, like he doesn't know anything
Yeah.
or didn't know anything other than the military. That was he was a kid, he went to college, he became an officer. That's all he did.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah.
My dad, 31 years.
Sure.
Yeah, that's hardwire. Like there is no other
Right.
anything, right?
Yeah.
But like, if you count even my IRR time, mine was 8.
I've adapted
Yeah.
to
Like-
civilian life a lot better than a lot of 4-year people. And you know how I can tell that? Is I don't use military time for anything.
Yeah.
Ever
Yeah, me either.
anymore.
Yep.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't. It's always weird when somebody wants to be like, I'll be there around 2000. I'm like,
You mean 8?
yeah.
you mean? I'm like,
It's
just
8.
because I can do the time
Yeah.
doesn't mean that I want to.
Yeah, it's 8. Like,
I mean, I have the 24-hour on my watch, but I also can look at it and be like, oh, it's 5 p.m.
Yeah.
I actually
You
have
know.
minute and second hands on that.
Yeah. I think I have that
say
face
the
available. I
fucking
just,
things like
yeah.
503.
Like like my UPS guy.
Yeah.
I have his cell phone number and stuff.
Yeah.
And
He says out. He doesn't say, does he say goodbye or out?
my UPS guy.
Or whoever.
No, so that guy, so every once, well, like the other day, the HVAC system in my whole mall went down. So we delayed our opening. So I missed him. So I texted him and I was like, hey, I know you typically make the second run for pickup. Do you still have my packages? And he was like, yeah, I'll be there around 17:30. I kind of get it with UPS because they're a global logistics company. And that's like what his schedule on his, because they have like a
Yeah.
little tracker in their truck. So they know like where they're going to
Yeah.
hit at what time.
Yeah.
I'll kind of let that, because all of Europe uses 24-hour time. Like, and
Is that true?
oh yeah,
I
they
didn't know
absolutely run 24-hour time.
I
over
did not
there.
know that. Huh.
Yep,
So no AM, PM, huh?
it's 24-hour time over there. The
Get
British
the fuck out
do.
of here.
The British use 12-hour clocks. But
Right. That makes sense.
yeah, all of Europe runs on a 24-hour clock. All of Africa runs on a 24-hour clock.
I knew that. I didn't
Yeah.
know Europe did.
So
Boys, fun fact, according to pewtrust.org, there is no official commission or group that decides what each generation is called. They basically just kind of put it out, and then it's adopted, and that's what people start calling it. So, by that rationality, we could rename all the generations.
There's the debate topic.
I like Golden Generation.
I like Golden Generation too.
I don't want to talk about that for a debate.
Yeah, we're not discussing that.
I was just bringing it up.
But fuck, if you want to put it in the comments as to what the fuck our generation be called,
Yeah, by all means, fuck.
Bingo.
the functional alcoholic generation.
I would say you don't want to. Yeah.
Is it kind of like a nickname? Like you can't name your own generation?
No, the thing is it's Gen Y. If there was Gen X and there's Gen Z, then we're Gen Y.
Are there any good connotations to the word millennial? Because I'm trying to think of a positive.
Well, so
of
here's
calling of, or
here's the
wanting
problem with the
to be called a
millennial
millennial.
connotation is that you have it's not even the Gen Xers, like the ones that the generation before us.
Yeah.
It's the baby boomer generation that did the whole like millennials don't know what the fuck they're doing. And what they really are referring to are the Gen Z kids. Like that's what the whole, but everybody
Yeah.
kept saying the millennials. It's like, all the millennials are like middle-aged, right?
Right?
Like, there's
We're our 30s, motherfucker.
like it's all the people that like own businesses and are buying houses and like that's when you say millennial, those are the people you're talking about. It's the people that are going to Motley Crue concerts on a Sunday. Like those are that's millennial. Like I don't like if we're really looking at the generation breakout. And it's like so you're talking about the people that still know everything you're talking about and can talk to Gen Z about everything that they're talking about. Like we know all of the information.
yeah.
So I'm failing to see where these millennials that don't have their shit together, who the fuck are these people? Because we're talking about the people that know what a rotary phone is and can still read a map and do all that, but at the same time, don't get confused by their computer and know how to leave a voicemail. Like, they, like I don't understand. But there was all this nomenclature of like millennials are fucked up, and I'm like, but that generation, our generation, isn't. If anything, we're cleaning up a lot of the fucking financial disaster that the generations before us created.
Ooh, that's a tough stretch.
Well, now it's getting worse. That's the problem.
But it's not our generation that's causing it to be worse. It's still that.
I was going to say, I
that's
think the baby
fucking-
boomers are the ones that are
Yeah.
ruining it even more for us right now.
Well, it's because that's what happens when you've been doing it the same way for 50 years because you don't want to embrace the fact that the world has evolved
Yeah.
and that your antiquated
Right.
ways of looking at things don't fucking work anymore. It's like when I deal with companies that only take checks and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I had to order checks for my business because there were people like, oh, well, you have to pay us in check. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
That's weird.
The Girl Scouts take credit cards. Like I can
Yeah.
buy Thin Mints
But
with my debit card.
there's a 2% fee. That's the justification.
No, but I can float a check to you for the 2
Yeah.
weeks that it's going to take to fucking process it.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Yeah.
understand the mentality behind this. Like, well, that's the way we've always done it. Well, the rest of the world has moved the fuck on.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, look at our previous industry or your previous industry and my current industry
yeah.
on the rep side of things.
No
You know?
shit.
Those guys, fucking half of them don't know what an email is.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
God forbid you send them a text.
It's wild.
You run into that a lot in like project management circles too, like especially when it comes to like Lean Six Sigma and stuff like that, because the hardest thing to do is to teach the old dog new tricks, right? And you go and like as a Lean Six Sigma professional, you have to go into there and you have to go like, see how you're doing this, and you've been doing this way forever. It's all fucked up. You're doing all this non-value added shit. You don't need to be doing it. It's wasting you
And
time.
I
It's
got
costing
it.
you money.
When everything was
Blah, blah, blah.
manual,
and they don't want to fucking change.
when it was all manual, all of those steps essentially ensured that the information didn't get diluted by the time it got to final product. But it doesn't have to be manual anymore,
Yeah.
and all of the information can be instantly transferred.
Well, yeah,
there's no
that's
need
the thing.
for
Is
all
there's
of
no
this.
delay.
And,
Yeah.
But people don't get speed of industry. Like it's crazy. And but so you have that generation like, oh, these millennials don't know what they're doing. And I'm like, motherfucker, explain the cloud to me. Since we don't know what the fuck we're doing,
Yeah.
explain what a cloud is.
Like cumulonimbus.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, it makes rain. No, motherfucker. Like, and so again-
it'll make it rain if you use the cloud right.
So
but-
that generation that keeps telling our generation we don't know what the fuck we're doing are the ones that are still in power. And
Yeah.
it's like, that's what we need.
Yeah.
We need people that still think that a telegram is the proper way to send current communication. The fact that they think bleach gets rid of digital data should tell you everything that you really need to know.
That's enough.
I just asked Jazz to send nudes.
They're already there because I keep them in the cloud.
He's got to dig out his Polaroid.
So speaking of dates and such and whatnot and years, today is one of my many alive days. So I made it.
Past another.
Yeah, past another. And
Speaking of dates,
and
aren't
tomorrow,
we like right on top of our 3-year anniversary for the show?
pretty close.
I believe it would have been about this week that this is 3 years of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tomorrow is actually 23 years ago tomorrow when this comes out, while you good folks are listening, will be my 23-year mark of stepping on them yellow footprints going to boot camp. 23 fucking years ago.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. What's the date?
August
22nd as of recording.
Mine was 9 days ago.
Nice.
I have TBI. I have no idea.
I think it, right?
I can't remember a fucking date.
8/13, 8/14. I don't fucking know. I know I shipped in August.
If you held a gun to my head and you said, what date did you report to basic training? You would fucking kill me. I have no fucking clue.
I know it was in August.
I enlisted in January, but I
know I
fucking
shipped in
August.
I shipped in August.
When
Yeah.
does school get out in Nebraska? It was about a week or two after that, I suppose.
So probably May or June.
And the only
Yeah.
reason I remember my enlistment date is it was the day after my birthday.
Ah,
That's like when I actually signed my paperwork. But
Yeah.
when I shipped was in August at some point.
I know I enlisted April 23rd because I really wanted to enlist on 4/20, but my recruiter didn't get back in town until the 23rd.
should have piss tested him.
Yeah,
Why did you want to enlist on 420?
because I thought it'd be funny and it'd be easy to remember.
Yeah. Big fan of Hitler. It's Hitler's birthday. Fucking racist.
That tracks. That totally tracks. Yeah,
Right?
that
Yeah.
makes total
Look at
sense.
this blonde haired, blue eyed, fucking pure race asshole behind the desk over here.
He looked like he's like, I'm rolling through the, I'm flipping through the Rolodex for a response.
Yeah, it's just- there's nothing
fuck,
there.
I got nothing.
Blonde hair, blue eyed, big fan of high fives.
Right? Like,
He's always running around and asking
I
if
was
anybody's seen Kyle.
yeah, have you seen Kyle? He's like this tall.
Yeah.
Like, what is that about?
No, I
God.
flashed back to our earlier conversation.
Which one?
Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably not.
Oh, yeah. It was recreational. We're not even really sure if it was, though. That was a borderline conversation, man. In certain circles, maybe, but so I got to hang out with our sponsors, IC Tech Cooler, this weekend a little bit. They donated some stuff to Hero Sports, and I had to go down and pick it up down at El Campo, which is like a good 2 hours from here, 2.5 ish. And they went to this cool little, what was it called, Justin? Something Lagoon?
Lost Lagoon.
Lost Lagoon.
Yeah, that-
It's like this little water park that's down there, right? It's real RV camping area, but they have like a lazy river and shit, and like float up, like swim up bar and all this and shit. And they were doing like I talked to you about it earlier today about they were doing the Texas Chrome Barbecue Championship was going down there. And if you guys don't know about Texas Chrome Barbecue, it's actually it's a nonprofit organization that teaches veterans how to fucking barbecue, and then they put them in competition,
Because if there's one thing that veterans don't know how to do, it's cook
right?
Or eat.
or eat. That's
Yeah,
why
but-
so many of them are skinny and
But when
great
they're,
shape.
when they're taking the fucking cuttings off of a fucking A5 Wagyu brisket and making like, carne asada tacos out of it for the breakfast the next day because they didn't need those pieces,
Yeah,
I'm happy.
that's great.
That's
I'm
like
glad,
a $50
I'm glad
taco,
we're teaching
man.
the veteran community how to cook shit that they can't afford because we can't figure out a proper way to transition them from the military into the workforce.
That's why we got donors,
So,
man.
since you don't have a job, let me show you how to cook this beef that you can never afford.
Yeah. They can afford regular brisket.
Proper application of
They can afford Prime. Probably. Maybe not A5 Wagyu. I don't know. I can't afford that shit.
Yeah.
At least not a brisket of it. How much would you think a brisket of that costs?
Oh, I have no
That
idea.
sounds, I'm not
A5
gonna lie. That
an
sounds
A5
fucking
Wagyu?
wasted. Like the whole point of smoking brisket for 14 hours is to create tender beef.
Yeah.
And you can make A5 Wagyu tender by like letting it look at a hot pan and then just putting it on a plate and it's tender.
Yeah.
Like it.
I will tell you this though, there was a kids competition there too while I was there. Children like 8 to 15, right? And they asked for people to judge their pork chops. I don't know about you guys. I'm a big fan of a good pork chop. And I had about 8 to sample. They just kind of passed them around. We had a little cell phone judging like apparatus thing and all this. Every one of those were better than any fucking pork chop I've ever fucking made. I was like, these kids are fucking amazing and I'm fucking up. Like, these are fucking glorious, man. Like, I was so fucking utterly impressed. I was like, dude, these are fuck you, man. Like, what are you,
Now,
how
that's
are you
like- I
teaching
like
these
watching
kids
that-
this shit?
Gordon Ramsay has that next Master Chef or whatever. It's
Yeah.
Master Chef, but with the kids.
The
He's
kids?
so cool to the kids.
Yeah.
Like, he's so like patient and understanding and freaking chill with them. And then as soon as they turn 18, he's like, "You're a fucking cocksucker." Just like in their face,
Yeah.
like, Jesus.
He knows how to motivate the next generation.
Yeah, he does.
But there's an assumption of expertise if you're going to go and fuck around with somebody like Gordon Ramsay, right? Like if you decide you
Yeah.
think you can compete at that level, you better fucking come correct or he's going to take you apart. Like,
Yeah,
but those
absolutely.
kids, like they're still learning. So he fosters that. But a lot of those kids, man, they're like, "This is what I'm doing, chef." And he's like, "Holy shit." Like, what, you're like 9. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? And
Yeah.
I'm like, I watch that shit and I'm like, yeah, fuck. I'm going to go make a grilled cheese.
right. Speaking of that, have you had Bucky's grilled cheese before?
Yes.
Bacon and jalapeno?
Yep.
That is an unknown gem.
It's so good.
That thing's fucking ridiculous, man. It's like $4 and you get it with fries.
I'll be honest with you. I've been custom ordering grilled cheese with jalapenos and bacon forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I've never had one at Bucky's.
So here's the
And
deal
it
with the
was
Buc-ee's one is
glorious.
it's like it's glorious and it's just wrapped in tinfoil under a
Yeah.
heating lamp and you can just go pick that bitch up and it's still like blow your mind good.
Yeah.
Fucking Buc-ee's, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Fucking
it may be under a heat lamp, but it was placed there 32 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
So
right.
And they yelled at me when they
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
They're like,
Like, grilled cheese coming up. Ah!
dude, my Texas was showing. I was watching TikTok the other day.
Yeah.
And fucking Steve-O came across my shit and I guess he stopped at a Buc-ee's and was like skateboarding on the counters and shit. I was like, get the fuck off the Buc-ee's counters,
Show some
motherfucker.
goddamn respect.
I was like, and at the end of it, I was like, I am mad at Steve-O for being Steve-O in a gas station.
Yeah, but it's like every
because
time you pull
because he
up-
did it in a Buc-ee's.
Every time
Yeah,
you
but it's
pull up,
disrespectful
though,
to call Buc-ee's a gas station.
What? They call themselves a gas station.
Yeah.
That's a mall
it's the world's
with
largest gas
pumps.
station.
Yeah. But I was all like, those employees work fucking hard enough. They don't need to be in there cleaning your
Yeah.
fucking skateboard wheels.
Have you ever seen
that you
those
just put on that
glorious
fucking drink
bathrooms?
counter.
God damn it, those bathrooms are fucking
Show some
immaculate.
fucking respect. If you want to go pull that shit in California, I don't give a fuck. Where they shit on the sidewalk, that's fine. But you show Bucky some goddamn respect.
It's like every time I see people posing with the fucking beaver outside, I'm like, fucking tourists.
Yeah, right? Anybody that takes that picture, I
I'm
give him a
like
high
that.
five when I walk by though, because he's out there like this.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
which is why I think that his one hand is shiny, where everything else is
Everybody
painted out.
smacks it.
Because everybody fucking gives it a high five.
Yeah.
That just goes to show how everybody hates like the Riverwalk that actually lives here because he jumped in the Riverwalk and caused all those problems and people are like, "Oh, that's Steve-O," but he does that at Buc-ee's and people are like, "Hey, too much,
Hey,
Yeah,
too
fucking-
much,
Too far.
Well, honestly, I think if he jumped in the Riverwalk, he might actually come out of the Riverwalk with something that he didn't have when he jumped in.
yeah.
The amount of shit that's in that thing.
What's he gonna do? Cut himself on a scooter?
I don't know, but there's a dude on TikTok named the Texas Bushman. And he's one of those dudes that dresses in like the shrub thing and sits in a pot and he posts up down at the river and scares the fuck out of tourists.
That's
and I'm
right.
like, yep, I'm here for this.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah,
100%.
that guy's hilarious.
I like want to go down there and fucking find a drink and just figure out where he's at, just find a bench and just
Just
be like,
watch.
hey, I'm here for this.
Yep.
And
Either
like,
that or fuck with him before he can fuck with you.
no. That man's a gym, and I'm hoping he's going to scare those fucking river rats out. Like, I'm fucking good. I'd like to be able to go down there every once in a while. I had a great time with Mikey on the river. You know why? There was no fucking tourists there.
Yeah, it was fucking nobody was there. It was beautiful. I was down there today. Had a meeting at the Westin.
Oh, you're the Marriott.
I was wrong. I'm a liar. I lied.
See, How am I supposed to go with your information, man? I take you at face value. You give me information,
he
and I
didn't-
run with it.
Who am I getting information from, though?
Fair.
He didn't. That wasn't a lie.
Yeah, it's because the Westin is owned by Marriott, so it is.
It's Bonvoy Group.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and not only that, were you not told that it was going to be at?
I was.
Yeah,
You gave me the information you had.
Yes.
exactly. So that's not
And
necessarily a
as
lie.
I'm
That's-
getting in my car, it was like, oh, it's not there. It's this one. I was like, got it.
So I finally now have the ability to buy 5x5 Brewing
Nice.
with old George, who desperately wants to come up to the show, by the way. He's been telling me like every 2 days he wants to come up here.
Huh.
I was like, well, fucking come on then. Like,
Yeah.
quit talking about it.
Yeah, he
Fucking
knows
be
all
about
of
it.
us.
Yeah.
Like, fucking.
He's like, I'm going to bring you guys a fuck ton of beer. And I was like, okay?
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Have you watched the show though, bro?
Well,
we
I'm
don't
like-
drink that much
That's-
beer.
I told him that. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're all whiskey.
I was like, what are
guys.
you doing?
Yeah.
Threatening me? Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
I said, bring Jazz beer. He goes through beer.
I do drink beer.
I told him that.
But so, we have 5x5 at the bar.
Nice.
So,
Good
well,
shit.
we will.
Matter of fact, the meeting I was at was with the guy who took care of the little problem for us. He was there at the meeting.
Yeah.
He asked me about it. He's like, that's all squared. I was like, yep.
Oh, he smacked some peepees.
Yeah.
Whatever happened. Yeah, some
Yeah.
peepees were smacked.
Some PPs were definitely smacked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I'm sure.
my Midwestern just kicked in. I caught a whiff of rain. We might actually get some rain here shortly.
So that smells like rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, my wife and I were both fucking going to get in the car. She walks out and she goes, "Smell that? Water." I was like,
water.
I was like, "Do you mean it smells like rain?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why the fuck didn't you say that?"
You know what rain smells like?
What?
Wet pavement. That's all it is. It's wet dirt.
Yeah.
That's what it
It's supposed to
smells
rain all week.
like. Yeah. We need
Which
it.
I'm not mad at.
Yeah, we fucking need it. Dude,
Not
my
mad at
patio is pulled away from my lawn.
Yeah.
It's like there's like a 4-inch gap between my lawn and my patio right now.
It's been
like,
so fucking
fuck,
bad.
man.
I'm only mowing my front lawn, sort of,
So the fucking HOA
just so the
stays
HOA
off
doesn't
your ass,
freak
yeah.
out. But like, I haven't been mowing my back lawn because I'm like, if I mow this bitch, the whole thing's gonna die. Like
Yeah.
the whole fucking yard's
Yeah.
just gonna go.
Oh yeah.
So-
there was a yard company up the road this morning when I was coming into work, or when I was coming back from letting the dogs out, and they were mowing that 40 up by the kennel.
Mhm.
And like, I don't think he was mowing, but about every 37th piece of grass, because the cloud of dust coming from underneath that goddamn lawnmower was just epic.
Yeah. My wife was out there and she came. She was like, "There's a big crack in the backyard." And I was like, "Yeah, there's a reason we're on water rationing right now, and it's because even the earth is like, fucking, I'm thirsty."
Yeah.
Like there's,
Yeah.
like it's been bone dry this
just
summer.
not in Vegas.
Just
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But-
Vegas, what? I think they were at like 63 days before it rained this last time when we were coming back from PCA.
We
Yeah.
beat that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we were at 67 like a week ago.
The problem I have is that every time we have a summer like this where it's super dry, we end up with like this crazy rainfall in the fall. And then everything here floods because the fucking earth is just so goddamn hard.
Yep.
that it all just floats. So that's why you'll go to those overpasses like by the quarry where 281 passes over that road.
Yeah.
And there'll be footage markers that lead up to the overpass. And I've literally seen that thing full of water where it's touching the highway.
That's crazy.
And that's why I hate super dry summers. Then half the city shuts down.
Yeah.
Now I do everything on the north side, so I don't really care, but
I'm hoping to get that way
whatever.
soon.
So yeah.
Yeah, man.
So I saw a thing, and I don't know. I can't confirm whether or not the streamer has now been banned. I can't imagine that he's not banned, because I guess he was a pretty big goddamn streamer, and he said a line. Now I will give him. It's a good line.
Okay.
It's a creative line.
Okay.
I can't necessarily agree with the subject matter content, but fuck, it was a good line. And I want to figure out if he's banned or not. Had he been a comedian, I think he could have gotten away with it. But since he was an internet game streamer, I don't see how he could have gotten away with it.
Okay.
So if you have to bleep me out or whatever, but I am going to say the line because it was fucking hilarious. So this dude goes, "Whoo, he's playing this game and he's just like shitting all over all the players. And he's like, somebody call the registry because I'm out here fucking them kids. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
He got banned for that?
I don't know, but apparently, I don't
That's
know all these
hilarious.
streamers fucking name. The line is hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Like, and like I said, if he was a stand-up comedian,
yeah.
I could totally see how he could have gotten away with it.
Sure.
But since he's an internet streamer, and I kind of want to know, like, where's the line? Like, that's
Yeah.
what, like, when I heard it, I was like, first off, that's funny as fuck. And I heard it because it was one of these things that, like, what's one of the things that you can say while playing video games but can't say any other time? And I was like, applicable. I'll give you that.
It was the N-word in the 90s.
But
It's all you ever got called.
What's crazy is he got banned for that, but like PewDiePie.
I can't
who's, like,
confirm
the-
I can't confirm he got
Oh.
banned. I don't know if I just want to know if he got banned. Because there's no way because he's apparently one of the larger streamers. Like, he had a
Yeah.
big audience. And he says this line, and I'm like, there's no way when you have an audience that big that some asshole isn't in there.
Sure.
Because
So there's a turd in
if
the
your
punch
stream
bowl.
gets big enough, there's always that fucking guy. Like, that's going to do something, right? So I just want to know, but fuck, it was a
Call
good
the
joke.
registry. Huh.
Yeah. Call the registry because I'm out here fucking them kids. And I was like, Jesus.
Jesus.
It's a good joke, though.
What was the most fat-free joke on the planet that you told me the other day?
Oh,
This is, as far as dad jokes go, this is
Scott, did
fucking-
you hear?
I don't.
This is certified fat-free.
They're not making 12-inch rulers any longer.
Yes.
There is zero fat content. That is Snackwell's cakes in the 90s fat-free. All right? That is so good. He calls me and he tells me that. I'm like, oh, fuck, I got nothing, man. That's great. I'm just like, oh.
Smooth like X-Lax.
Yeah, man. That's a good one. It's a good one. It's like the fucking picture he sent us on Friday.
That was also solid.
That was solid.
I almost sent you
Paradox.
a video the other day. There was this comedian, and he's telling these jokes, and it's like one of these comedians that's trying to like make the rounds, right? So it's like an open mic night at a bar where there's no stage, there's no nothing. There's like a karaoke machine with a mic attached to it, and he's just like standing against a wall, like doing his jokes. And he's talking about his tattoos because he's all sleeved up and everything. And he's talking about like, you ever notice when you go to new tattoo artists and you want to get like a big piece done, you can never get it done in one sitting. Like it's always like 3 or 4 sessions now. Like you can't just go and sit and just go, like tattoo artists just can't do it anymore. Apparently they just can't like give you the tattoo. You've got to go back and multiple appointments. And he's like, so I've got all these tattoos and they're done. And then you look like you're a half done coloring book for a 4-year-old. Like you just have all the shit done. He's like, so you're sitting there and you've got a plus sign on your arm and everybody's like, now to finish the joke, I have to tell you that in the audience that you can see sitting right next to him is a rather long-haired individual with a yarmulke on the back of his head. He's sitting there. So he goes like, so yeah, I've got this. He's like, don't worry. I know it looks like a plus sign, but it'll be a swastika soon. And that Jewish dude fucking lost it. Like he almost fell out of his stool. He was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
And then the guy just goes like, thank you for laughing. You're in the front row and it's part of the act and I couldn't just like, it's part of my segue. I cannot tell you how much relief I have right now that you're laughing.
He's been
And this dude
sweating
literally
bullets the whole time.
broke his whole lineup to try and get through this joke and then thank this dude for it. And I was
That's
like,
fucking funny.
damn it.
That's funny.
But it's good to see that there's comedians out there now that are actually like,
I mean,
It's good.
I don't
to
know
see
if they're
there's-
going to get
it's
specials,
good
but
to
it's
see
good to
there's-
see that they're still out there pushing the envelope on the jokes they can get
It's
away
good to
with.
see there's people in the audience who still laugh.
No shit.
So it to me, it almost like reinforced my faith in humanity that there is just a really loud 5% and that the bulk of us we can tell the difference between
yeah.
it's funny and they actually meant it.
I was listening to Rogan and he had Tim Dillon on from the Babylon Bee. And the Babylon Bee
It's great.
got fucking banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
And the only reason they're still banned is because they are refusing to apologize. They're refusing to delete a tweet that they put out. And they're like, I will not fucking delete a satire fucking tweet.
Seth Dillon.
Seth Dillon. I'm sorry.
Just want to correct.
Not
real
Tim
quick.
Dillon.
Yeah.
Seth Dillon. I think
just
Tim
wanted-
Dillon was on there this week too. I
He
believe
literally
too.
was like right after.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Seth Dillon. And it was a great conversation.
He just wanted to correct you real quick. That's if you
Fine.
heard
Well,
me say it.
as soon as his look on his face, he was like, and I was like, I'm wrong. I had the name wrong. I knew it was. I couldn't remember Seth though. So,
I'm here for you, buddy.
thanks, buddy.
That's his third rate.
God damn it.
Move on.
We're getting canceled. Fuck.
It's a joke, people.
No, we're not. We
It's a
are
joke.
not getting canceled because I'm on this episode.
Oh, that's
and we
right.
have already proven I'm
You can't cancel
uncancelable.
Dave.
Can't cancel Dave.
That's
That's
right.
true. It's true. Everybody's tried. We
tried.
still get messages and people sign them. Hashtag cancel Dave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't cancel Dave.
Can't do it.
Just
not possible.
I mean, it's a futile effort.
Uncancelable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, what it really boils down to is I had to think about this for a while, and I've already been canceled for one job, and I think you only get one serious cancel, and everything else doesn't matter.
Well, that's not true.
So
That's not true at all.
Ask Louis C.K. how that works out.
He's kind of killing it right now, though.
yeah,
Yeah, I was actually listening to the new episode
He's
with him
getting a
on.
whole
Yeah.
new show.
yeah.
He's getting
Well,
a whole new show.
He did
So-
a movie.
He's
So,
got
directed
what
a
were
movie.
you saying about Ask Louis C.K.? Yeah, what?
Yeah. Well, he's still got canceled more than once.
He's
too.
still creepy.
Yeah, he's
He's been creepy,
He still
though.
jerked off on the phone with people. Like that happened.
But he's been creepy.
Yeah, I always love it.
Also,
Don't-
like some
don't act
creepy
like you
stuff came
haven't.
out, and they were like,
Well.
Louis C.K.'s creepy. And it's like, yeah? When hasn't he been?
And he's always been pretty straight up about that.
Yeah. His whole thing has been about being creepy.
Yeah, dude. And I fucking love Louis. I think Louis is one of the greatest comedic minds that this generation has seen, right? Like he's fucking brilliant. And he's a fucking murderer on stage, dude. Like people fear him coming to a stage because they're like, if I have to follow that guy, I'm fucked.
I like
he's
how
going to fucking
his
slay.
later stuff, when he was doing like New York and stuff like that, he was solo. Like nobody opened for Louis. Like it was him.
Nobody would.
Because nobody was like, yeah, it was like,
He couldn't get openers because they're like, I'm not
No.
no. Like, what do you warm up the crowd that is gonna fucking shit on me
and
later?
they're not here for me.
Yeah,
and you have
he's
to
a
know that.
fucking murderer, man. He's awesome. But yeah,
Seth Dillon.
Seth Dillon, Babylon B got fucking canked off Twitter, and they refused to fucking do it. And if you don't know what the Babylon B is, it's a satire fucking news, right? That's all it is. It's like the Onion, but for like more right leaning individuals. Right.
Well, so I think they claim to actually be a Christian satirical site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see
Yes.
a lot of like church articles and all that kind of stuff.
Well, when you talk, I highly encourage you to listen to this episode. It's very, very informative and great. And they even got into a bit of a heated argument about abortion between Rogan and him, because Seth is a very, very religious guy. He was raised by his dad was a pastor.
Yeah,
was
right,
like, you
and
know,
that's what
has
I'm
all
saying is that I think the Babylon Bee actually claims to be a Christian satirical site.
But what they proved is that two people with opposing views can have a fucking conversation
No.
and not be mad at each other.
Hold on, are you going to correct him again?
It was
'Cause
bananas.
we know this is wrong.
It was crazy.
You shut the fuck up.
And they were even like, you see what just happened?
That's it. I'm out of here.
Right? Like fucking, they proved it, and I was like, oh, it was such a great fucking episode. It was a great conversation to listen to.
And I will, because I listened to that same episode.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I've heard Rogan actually get like that heated. Like he
Yeah.
was
Because he was like, you mean to tell me that if my 14-year-old daughter gets fucking raped, that fucking like that? It was like, it was heated for a second, and then they
Yeah.
fucking got back to zero, and they listened to each other's points, and they were like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from. Totally get it. Da, da, da. They
You
talked
mean
about the
you mean
tiny outlayers of
you mean
these
a
issues.
debate?
Yeah, but an actual respectful one. It was
But that's
fucking
an-
great to see.
That's
man.
a real debate.
Yeah, it was great to fucking witness because it
So
just
a real
seems like
debate only-
I haven't had one in so long. I haven't seen one
Yeah.
in so fucking long.
Because a real
There it is.
there it is.
Yep, there's the rain.
So that noise in the background is we're finally getting water.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can hear that, I'm gonna try to get rid of it. But if not,
Don't
sorry,
let them
guys.
hear the glorious sound of actual water.
we have our human barometer over here.
Now you could smell it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But
Actually, my shrapnel was swelling. I always tell.
yeah.
Is
No.
that what
'Cause
you call it?
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's my dick's nickname is shrapnel. Do with that information what you will, Quinn. Fucking weirdo.
Oh, this fucking fly needs to die.
I
Dude,
know,
there's
man.
about
It's
6
like,
of them that just
fucker.
keep bouncing around, and it's really
yeah.
annoying the fuck out of me.
God.
To be watching on camera, and I'm
Anyways.
not just dancing
so
in
there
my
was
seat.
there was a legitimate debate
A legitimate.
that happened.
Yeah. And it was
What I'm kind of curious what tweet it was, because the last one that I saw that was brilliant was that one about the Mormon Church.
I don't know which one. It had something to do with Biden, I think.
Okay, no, this wasn't the last one that because some of their stuff misses. Now,
Well, one of the things I like
with
about
the
the Babylon Bee
frequency
is
that they put out, like
it was funny.
you're not
They-
going to hit gold every time.
They even put out a thing where it was like 20 jokes that we made that came true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like,
That's like
it's funny.
confirming that Matt Groening is indeed a time traveler.
Yeah, it's got to be.
If you don't know who Matt Groening is, he writes The Simpsons.
Yeah. I'm going to fucking burn this motherfucker down.
I know, right?
Actually, if I recall, it was something about like trans, like you can't have a penis. It was something along the lines of like, if you're a dude, you're a dude.
Oh, yeah.
Which they've been
But-
pretty vocal about. Babylon Bee has been pretty vocal about their,
Yes.
their position. on
But what I respected about it is Twitter came back to him and was like, "Hey, we'll reinstate your account, but you have to delete the tweet. And when you go and delete the tweet, it says under." And they read through the terms and conditions, and they never broke the terms and conditions of Twitter. They were just either targeted or someone was like, "I don't like you because of my beliefs," and they were like, "Well, we didn't do anything wrong. We still applied by your terms and conditions. Someone's just mad at us."
You have to
And-
admit that you did something wrong.
Right.
Yes.
And then it
And-
flags your account.
he was just like, "I'm not gonna do that, and I don't give a fuck enough to be on."
Did
Twitter,
you see
so-
the Instagram flag that Freedom Friends caught?
I did not see that.
So we got a message from anyways, we got a message. We won't discuss what the fuck that's about. We got a message earlier today and trying to sort of keep up with what's going on at the show, because we get a lot of stuff that happens with the show. We get IG messages and Facebook messages and whatever.
Sure.
Trying to just keep my kind of finger on the pulse of what's going on. I saw it come through my phone, so I clicked it. And when I clicked it on my phone, it said, to help maintain a healthy community, we've restricted the number of actions that can happen of a certain type on accounts. Let us know if we did something wrong. And I was like, what? I don't understand what this restriction that we hit with your app that's going we get messages, but we don't get them so frequently that it's like, hey, we're going to fucking dial this back
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a weird restriction notification that I got on my phone.
I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
I think if you want me to translate that, we see there's activity in your group and you haven't paid us anything.
And now we're watching.
So we're going to put our thumb on it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's probably accurate. Yeah.
So, and given where the message came from, I could kind of see that maybe there's some visibility going on
Yeah.
with why all of a sudden now people are paying attention.
Yeah, we'll have to talk later. I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird. And I was like, fucking. That's what cracks me about social media. It's social as long as it's somebody else's definition of social.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And I think that's a lot of the points that Seth was making on that show too. He was like,
Yeah.
it's fine. Restricting speech is fine for them when it's speech that they don't like, but they're allowed to do all kinds of wacky shit on their fucking.
I just
side
watched
of
an
the
interview
aisle.
about that actually with it was a podcast, and they had these two, granted, smoke show women. They were fucking hot. And they were talking about the disparity in pay with this, that, and the other. And
So smacking
look
each
at these
other.
two, they're so distracted by this fly.
This fucking thing is a terrorist in fly form.
But they were talking about disparity in pay in certain industries and da 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 da. And this guy goes, "Have you ever been to a nightclub where the nightclub let you in and you didn't have to pay cover or anything like that because you're attractive, where women that were less attractive than you, so ugly women, were left to stand in line to get in?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's happened a few times to me." They're
Yeah.
like, "Did you stop that bouncer and tell them, no, I want to pay the full cover charge? Because that's not fair that somebody that's not as attractive as me doesn't get in for free?" And they're like, "Well, no, I just don't care about that kind of stuff." And they're like, "So you don't care if the double standard applies in your favor.
Yeah.
You only care if the double standard
Imagine that.
doesn't
Yeah.
benefit you." And they and literally the woman that he has this question to just got that dog that heard a new sound look and just went and tilted the head to one side. And I was like, yeah. So it's all about equality if it's beneficial.
Yeah.
But if that equality would actually take away your benefits, then not so equal, huh?
Yeah, right. Well, it's the question of equity, right? And people want equity of outcome. You know, they don't want. They believe the equity of outcome is better is more of a take on.
Yeah. And it
You
really
know,
should be
what it
equity.
really
of,
means.
If we're looking for equity,
Like
it's supposed to be
the-
equity of opportunity.
Like
Yeah.
the New Jersey, what is it? School.
The New Jersey school board said that they were if they had to do downsizing, they were going to fire all the white people before they
First.
fired all of the minorities or
Yeah.
any of the minorities. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
For the sake of not being racist.
Of EO.
Sounds like they just did a racism.
Yeah,
I mean, the way I look at it, if you would reverse it, and then it sounds really terribly racist.
Yeah.
it's probably still.
it's
racist.
probably still racist. Yeah, yeah.
Like if New Jersey said we're going to fire all the black teachers first, like everybody would have a problem with that.
yeah, as you should.
You know, like
as you should.
how about you fire all the shitty
Yeah,
teachers
fire the
first?
shitty
Yeah.
ones, man.
Like, I don't care what color they are.
Yeah, but see, it
Fire
doesn't.
the shitty ones.
But it doesn't matter because you'd have to pick a metric, right? And it's like now if you did it just on performance, like a performance review.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd like to see. I would like to see teacher to student and student to teacher peer evals.
There you go.
So
So
Like,
if all
that
the
would be
teachers, if all the teachers say this student's a piece of shit, then you throw out all of his votes for the most piece of shit teachers.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just a full peer eval.
Right.
But it works for the military. We peer eval any of our operators, anybody
Yeah.
that's in any
Yeah.
sort of high speed anything. It's peer evaluation.
very true.
So if you guys don't know what that means, that literally means like if you go through the special forces pipeline, the number one way to actually get kicked out of that pipeline is peer eval. So you go through it and your peers, everybody else that's training with you goes like, that guy, we don't like that fucking guy.
He doesn't carry his own weight.
And he's gone.
Or he's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
or
either
he
he's-
starts problems.
Yeah,
or
he
whatever.
doesn't click, like he doesn't fit with the team. He doesn't adapt, or he's toxic. There's any number of reasons that can get that guy kicked.
and you can meet all the physical
100%. You could be a
requirements
great
and still
shot
get
and pass
booted.
every PT test with all the physical requirements of it. But if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit and you're fucking gone. That peer eval system works. And it's why it's why the SF is famous as it is, because they maintain their own.
Sure.
And by the way, that holds after too. Like once you actually get to unit, you can get peer eval fucking out, especially like with
You know
Delta.
what? Maybe cops should apply that to their.
Oh, I would love to see
Yeah.
a police department peer eval.
That's not a bad
like
idea.
Anonymous peer eval. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea
I'd
at all.
love to see that. I think you'd end up with a much because they know. They know.
Oh.
I get that there's the blue shield and it's kind of they'll protect their own,
Yeah.
but they know where the toxic piece is too.
Yeah.
And they can
Sure.
get rid of it and make everything healthier.
I feel like especially nowadays, they're just so eager to get rid of the shitbags too, because they're like, no, one shitbag's gonna act up, and it's gonna make all of our lives harder.
Because you have the cops
What
that are
about the-
legitimately very good at what they do.
Yeah,
What
but
about
it's the
the-
turd in the punch bowl.
What
The
about
whole
the
fucking punch is
shitbags
ruined.
that don't react? Like
Yeah, that's
I
a
know.
totally
God
different conversation.
that's the only anti-police I've been lately. Is the
That was
Like,
so
non-reaction.
fucked. And I've talked to other cops about that, and all of those cops were like, there was literally labeled as the cops I've talked to literally use the word coward.
You
Yeah.
practicing, Mikey?
it's crazy to me.
No, definitely not.
It's crazy to me that there
When
could
Tommy
be
Lee gets
that
here.
many cowards in one spot at the same time.
It doesn't shock me.
It fucking bothers me.
So
Bothers me too.
it doesn't shock me, but it bothers me, and it bothers me that it doesn't shock me.
It bothers me that nothing shocks me anymore.
That's
that-
also true.
that
Like everything
we've-
that comes out and then
I
people get all up in
fucking
arms,
wish
and I'm like,
I
is
had a
anybody
taser
surprised?
right now? If I had a fucking handheld taser, I'd just fucking be hitting him. 'Cause it'd be so funny.
Nothing shocks me anymore. All right, except for that. That fucking.
How weird would it be though if you did that? I was just like, meh.
Yeah.
Like, I told you.
Get off the meth. Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. I fucking. This is why I play games. This is why. All of this. Do you know why? Because when I'm playing that game, I don't think about any of this
Yeah.
shit. Which is actually, there was a big study that came out about, specifically about vets with PTSD and gaming. I was telling you about this.
Yep.
There was this big psychological study that came out about introducing vets to gaming. And the reason being is that during that 3-hour gaming session, they're only focused on the game. And so what's the intrusive thought that can come in and start triggering everything isn't there because there's a focus point,
Yeah.
which is the big psychological piece behind like what hero sports does. The idea is that you're out and you're focused on something that actually lets you feel like you were part of something and you're driving forward on that piece. So those intrusive thoughts aren't around.
That's truth.
And there was a big psychological study about specifically gaming and the game theory and what it can do for handling PTSD. And it was a phenomenal article. And I think we're probably going to start something in my store that does it, which is why where we're starting is actually that big charity tournament that we're doing.
Yep.
We're going to push the funds from that over to Hero
Benefiting
Sports.
Hero Sports, yeah.
Just out of curiosity, was that like tabletop gaming or was it video game?
So
or
it was actually
overall?
focused specifically on D&D and about tabletop gaming and the role-playing aspect of it, because what it allowed it to do and what they were seeing was a subconscious expression of issue within the game. So it was allowing them to start categorizing the trauma
Yeah.
and being able to express it in a format that was actually healthy and external.
Compartmentalization.
Well, so it comes back to the psychological
We're good
study
at
that
that.
PTSD is actually uncategorized trauma.
Sure.
So you have this trauma, and because you have no experience to categorize it against, it ends up just this huge fractured set of action, and you don't know what to do with it because you don't have something to compare it against. And if you aren't able to recategorize it to give it a logical thought pattern, it's strictly an emotional response.
Sure.
So without the logic pattern, the emotional response becomes destructive. But when you can apply logic to it, you can start categorizing it and figuring out how to deal with it. Because you need the logic to offset the emotion. The emotion's important, but you need both halves of the coin.
What if you only have the logic and no emotion?
So
Then you were what clinical professionals
So that's
call
what's called a
sociopath.
Sorry, family.
That is sociopathic behavior, sir.
which, by the way,
And I know because I was diagnosed as that once.
me too. Yeah, I was going to say, your boy was diagnosed with sociopathy.
Yep.
It turns out that I'm actually not a sociopath. I keep a very, very, very small circle of trust.
Yeah.
Like I just assume most people are.
Because I still have emotion.
I have emotion too, and
You
I feel
know?
it very strongly. The thing is that my circle of people.
I'm pretty
that,
sure I'm 80-20.
Yeah, but I can see that.
No, you're the same way. You have a very large social network. You have a very small friend circle.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. And so, and you see a lot of times that'll get categorized as sociopathy because you have a very small ring of people that you would like, they could call you at 2:00 in the morning and you'll do what you have to do to help them out. And then you have a very large circle of people that would say something. You'd be like, no, that sucks. But people go like, that makes you a sociopath. And it's like,
I
no.
think your analogy's backwards. I would do a lot for almost anybody who called me. However, there's only a handful of people I would call at 2 a.m. to ask for help.
Yeah. So
So I think
Same
it's
thing.
backwards. Yeah.
it really comes down to how many people on your list could you call if you had to like hide a body?
Well, that's an extreme one, but I'm sure there's a couple.
To measure that,
Yeah.
you have to take it to an extreme.
Yeah.
Or it's how big is your list if you were sitting there and you were going like, I'm in a really bad fucking place
Yeah.
and I need to make a phone call. How big is that list?
Yeah.
If it's 100 people, then fuck, you are amazing at your friend group.
Yeah.
Most people, especially in the veteran community, are going to tell you it's
Two or
like
three.
2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
Yeah.
these are the ones that I know no matter what. The
Yep.
distance, the time,
Yeah.
doesn't fucking matter. I know they've got me. Most people, it's 2 or 3.
Like I would say Justin, but I called him this weekend, left him a message and everything, and he didn't even call back. Hadn't even answered me yet. What a dickbag.
I listened to your voicemail and was like, I'll talk to him about it on Monday.
Still
Because it
hasn't.
also required some research on my part.
It did
so.
a little bit.
The one thing I will give Justin is, now I'm probably an exception because I'm his brother, but I know a lot of your, well, let's just call it at this point, lifelong friends that you have. I know some of those people, it wouldn't matter distance or time, you'd answer the phone. Or if you missed it and realized it, it would be the immediate call back going like, is everything okay? Like,
I actually.
but it's a tiny circle for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I think I might miss one, but I think I could probably nail just about everybody that would be on that list where it's unquestionable.
And I was one of those like growing up, I didn't have a huge like social network. I just had like
Because you were homeschooled. You're a fucking weirdo.
Probably a very large factor of that. But like,
Yeah.
but
No.
my boys that I had, like, I knew that like there were times where it was like, hey,
Like, I'm surprised you're as normal as you are. I'm gonna be honest with you.
fuck, so am
He was
I.
actually
Like, fuck.
he was extremely well socialized as a homeschool kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there was like
he had extended recesses.
well no it's
Like, for weeks
The
at a
one thing
time.
I will give especially
But Jess,
especially
you
his
left,
mom.
You left when he was what, like 6, 7?
There's a 13-year gap.
Yeah, like, but there's like there was like 6, 7, and then you didn't see him again until you were fucking 30. You know what I mean? like,
It wasn't
like-
quite that long, but,
but it was-
yeah, there was
It
a
was a
gap
good
where I was out
chunk,
on
yeah.
the. But we talked and all that kind of stuff. And when
Yeah.
I came back,
Yeah,
there was I have no need to see anybody else when I'm coming to pick you up.
yeah.
Sure.
There was a little bit of a gap, but Justin and I have always been pretty
And-
tight. Like
And,
it's
and my parents were good about it too, because
especially your mom.
yeah,
Your
but-
mom was phenomenal about sports and extra
Yes.
groups and keeping that because she understood the importance of you can't rely on your
Socialization.
parents to teach you everything.
Yeah.
Like there's some
Yeah.
just peer group stuff where you're going to learn it by doing it, and that's just the only option. Laura was fantastic
It's
about
like that thing about how they made playgrounds too safe in New York
Yeah.
City.
Mhm.
They're too safe now.
And I think my
You know,
parents
like-
kind of looked at it, especially once we started homeschooling, and she looked at like some of the other kids that were like absolute fucking weirdos, and she was like, nope, we're not doing that. And
Yeah.
so they put us in all kinds of shit, and that entail meant that my mom had to work harder because it was like 5-6 nights out of the week we had extracurriculars, baseball, karate.
The one
Boy
thing-
Scouts,
Yeah, but
the
all
one
that.
thing
she
she-
lived for that though. She's the
Yeah.
definition of what a mom should be.
The
like
one
it's,
thing she failed to teach you properly is it's especially, not especially.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
As we all know, my English is not great.
Just
Yeah.
gonna throw that out there.
Yeah,
Especially.
he's got homeschooled English skills.
Yeah, not wrong.
Well, I mean, you know, in going
This-
into like that team building exercise and the side of things, you had said that you were in karate, and coming from a martial arts background, you can follow that too. You have to be able to listen, interact, and understand what those around you are saying. Because,
Absolutely.
you know, even if you're doing quarter contact, if you catch a fist in the side of the throat or something, even at quarter contact, you're down for a while.
Yeah.
And it's it reinforces that you pay attention to those around you.
Yeah.
Since
Absolutely.
you started talking, it dropped to 10 degrees.
Yeah, I felt that cold breeze roll through. It was like
Literally.
great.
keep talking,
Yeah,
Dave.
Yeah.
keep talking.
Oh, shit, right?
Drop it another 10.
Yeah. Make
Yeah.
another point. 'Cause
So-
it's fucking. I feel less tit sweaty right now.
Yeah,
you need me to come over there?
I mean, these will lick my titty sweat. I want to lick my moob sweat.
I do.
My man boobs.
Feeling a little dehydrated. Need to up my electrolytes. It's what plants crave.
Speaking of electrolytes, I have recently discovered Pedialyte in like the sport drink.
The
that
single
they're
serving
making.
ones?
Fucking
They're
tits,
glorious.
man. You want to talk about making you feel better?
Do you know the other one that
Fuck
works
me.
incredibly well? The Vitamin Water Lemonade Zero.
yes,
Yeah.
you can hydrate with that.
That
like,
shit you'll go from pissing fucking the color of this bottle to clear off of one bottle of that shit. I don't know
And-
what's in there, but 50 Cent figured it out.
Like I like
and
that.
you can drink
He owns
it.
it. Yeah, it's true.
You
He
can
owns
drink a
it.
20-ounce bottle and piss 60 ounces if you drink one of those.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that is
Huh.
that is hydration on concentrate. It's
Nice.
insanity.
Well, it's like,
And it tastes good,
It's like
too.
I'm a big fan of Liquid IV.
Yeah.
It's great shit.
My wife likes that stuff. I don't like it's too it's I can like taste the grain in it.
That means
shake it more, man.
That's why I like it, because I know it's probably working. It's got that very faint hint of salt.
Yeah,
got-
you,
they
it
gotta-
is.
they
yeah.
gotta
This
do one
tastes
out?
like
Well,
medicine. It's got to be
and,
good.
And that's what
They
these
got a new
single
one out
serve
called Yuzu
fucking
Pineapple.
Pedialytes
Really?
are
It's
doing.
really
Yeah.
fucking
What the
good.
fuck is yuzu? I literally have a seltzer in my bar right now that's got yuzu fruit in it. And I don't know what the fuck yuzu is.
I
But
think-
it's everywhere now.
I think
No.
it's a breed of like pineapple.
Really?
Yeah.
I had to get corrected on
I don't know.
acai because I used to
It's
call
not a
it.
kai.
I used to call
it's
it a kai.
acai.
It's
I called it a
acai.
kai for a long time too.
Yeah.
And
Nope.
then some fucking I was in Whole Foods.
But that's the place. That sounds like the place you
yeah,
would get
and I was
corrected.
like, oh, well, this one's got like a kai berry flavor. And somebody was like, actually, it's
it's
actually
acai.
it's
Actually.
actually it's acai. And I was like,
You idiot.
and I was like, Okay,
You
Yeah.
fucking
whatever the fuck
Thank you.
say.
Thank you,
Yeah.
hipster queen.
I hope
Fuck.
you step on the edge of your Birkenstock and it just shreds the bottom of your foot.
Right. Fuck you. With every ounce of my being, fuck you.
Yeah. Standing in your Birkenstocks, so that farm raised cow that was literally designed just to make your fucking shoes.
Right? God.
One of the best things I ever saw
Go
was
home
that,
and hug your trans kid.
was that.
your trans 5-year-old, you fucking
Did you
weirdo.
see Bill Maher's thing about that?
He's really mad about it. And he fucking should be.
That whole like, if it's a generational movement, then why is it regional? And I was like, fuck, man. I am very much the whole like, you do you, do whatever makes you happy, but that's a strong goddamn argument. Like,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
but
I don't know, man.
again, that's another comedian that I'm like, that dude pushes the fucking envelope.
And he pushes
I like
the
it.
other because
And
he's
but he's educated about it.
but
It's not
he's-
even an opinion piece. Like,
he's a classic liberal, right? Like he wants like, you know, socially liberal fucking principles to be liberal. All right. He doesn't want them to go so far fucking insane that they now turn into fucking
well, he's libertarian,
crazy. He's
which is-
not. He's
well,
liberal
yeah.
as shit. He is a lefty.
sort of.
But I'm saying he's classic liberal. He's
I
a
guess
classic liberal.
I would probably define myself as classically liberal. I want incredibly liberal social policies, incredibly small government.
See, so that's you're a anomaly, sir.
Because like even libertarianism, I'm like, nope, I don't even want you fucking. I just like, I am all about like military trash schools. Other than that, fucking you
that-
get no say.
That's libertarian.
At this point, I'm just voting meteorite.
Yep,
I'm not anything.
no, I'm with you.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm voting Cthulhu 2024.
Yep. Go vote, people.
I don't care what the fuck you vote for, but
Yeah.
go fucking vote.
Yeah.
Like,
Go vote. Here's what I think
and
people
I'm not
need
even
to
gonna do
realize.
the whole like don't write shit in because it doesn't. I don't give a fuck. Just
I
go
keep-
to the polls.
I keep
Like,
looking for the no bubble, just to vote no.
Just nah,
No,
nah,
no.
dog.
I think we need.
I need
a
the nah, I'm tight fucking option.
Can we? I want the 24-month break option.
Leave vacant.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just a 24-month just hiatus.
What if everybody just wrote in all of the above or none of the above and just fucking voted for none of the above? We should make that a fucking,
Yeah.
just
none of the
write
above.
in none of the above and
That's like to
fucking
this
check
day,
that.
I do not understand party line voters,
It's fucking lunacy.
and I've never
Yeah,
understood
but-
them.
It's lunacy,
But
dude.
okay, but what other fucking
just-
other way are you gonna vote? What other fucking way?
I don't know. You can
You
vote
have
on
a-
the actual
You
issues.
have a choice between a shitbag and a shitbag you agree with a little bit more.
I don't agree with any of them. That's the
Well,
problem.
yeah, but so then why even vote? Because who are you going to vote for if not down party line?
Do you know why? Because I can't tell people they're fucking idiots if I didn't go do it.
Yeah, but
Truth.
But who? Are,
You got no room to bitch if you didn't contribute.
Yeah, so I vote every fucking time. And I vote every fucking time because I can't look at you and be like, why the fuck did you do this? If I didn't go make my voice heard.
no, I agree. But tell me, are you voting what? 50% Democrat,
So,
50% Republican?
I will tell you right now that
Like-
every time I have to go vote for like judges,
Oh yeah,
I will vote for the most conservative fucking judge I can find.
yeah. Or the new guy. I just vote for the new guy.
Yeah.
Who's a judge now?
Yeah.
Voting him out.
But then when it comes to like,
Like,
but when it comes to anything that anybody that's running on like social policies,
the
I will vote.
incumbent has got to go.
Yep. but this comes back to that
But
my
if
whole
you're- if
theory
you're-
about like I think political office should be a fucking DA select letter. Like I think
Yeah.
you should just get a letter that, like jury duty.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're voting Congress or Senate or president, how do you not vote down party line?
Easily.
Oh,
But I'm that motherfucker that nobody likes at the fucking poll line because I'm the dude that's in the booth for like 20 fucking minutes because I
Yeah.
read every single fucking one.
Yeah. Yeah, I do the same.
yeah.
I read.
Do you mind, sir?
Oh, shelf.
Pulling out the pipes, huh?
It is where is his for?
I
I
actually
didn't bring my pipe today.
I had the pleasure. Would you like to borrow one?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I had the pleasure of having lunch with David yesterday, so I felt very loved yesterday. I got 2 phone calls within like 10 minutes of each other from my friend Brian and from my boo thing, Dave, right here. And both of them wanted to have lunch yesterday.
Nice.
And so I felt very, very loved. And so I was like, you know what? I know both of them. I think they'll both dig each other's company. You got to meet Brian. I think he's a good dude.
Yeah, yes.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna pick. I'm gonna have lunch with both of you.
Yeah.
So I went and had lunch, and at the end of lunch yesterday, he was literally like, bring your pipe tomorrow. I have a fucking tobacco blend that you have to have. So I followed direction. I brought my pipes.
It smells wonderful.
And
Yeah.
he's
It
been
smells
smoking it right next to me.
really
and
well.
He didn't even bother to explain the greatest thing that happened at lunch yesterday, which is his wife threw a glass of water at me.
Yeah, that happened.
Did you deserve it?
No,
Dude,
no.
I'm not gonna lie. That
We-
table was cursed. Like, so my wife spills this entire glass of water on him.
So they didn't
You
throw
made
it
it-
at you. She spills it on you.
She went to put it back down on the table, and instead of going like this, she went like this.
Yeah, clip the plate.
The way you
Cup
said
whatever,
it, the way you said it, I thought she stood up and threw it.
Yeah,
at
the
you.
way
No.
it was like, God damn it, Dave.
Now, you know my wife pretty well. Does she
Yeah.
do anything at half speed?
No.
Yeah,
No,
so
she
you
does
can
not.
see where this issue would have happened, right?
Yeah, she's a bit rambunctious, I would say.
And then, so after that, Brian goes to get his plate picked up, and the server picks up his plate and dumps all of the guts of his burger. So, like, tomato, lettuce, everything. And it did a perfect flip in the air and just landed on his thigh.
and
it
it
just
just
sat
laid
there.
there.
This perfect stack. And she's sitting there looking at him, and he's looking at her, and she's looking at him, and she was like, do you mind if I clean that off? And he just goes, go right ahead.
As you do.
By all means.
Yeah. So it was just like one thing after another. It was a good lunch. The food was good.
Yeah,
Where'd
it
you
was.
guys go?
Willie's Ice House.
Oh, I like Willie's.
Yeah. The one by you, actually.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
on the corner of 35 and Cibolo.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah.
The place is solid. A good
Yeah.
chicken sandwich in there, man.
I got
Great.
the,
Did you get the tots? I know you got the tots.
oh, I definitely got the
Yeah.
tots.
All right. I didn't even have to ask. I know you had tots.
I had the hickory burger.
I'm solid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
I've
got
had
their
this.
I got their cheesesteak, and it's got a smoked Gouda cheese sauce on it.
Ooh.
And they could have just brought me that.
I just ate the cheese
Just
sauce.
that with tots, and that'd have been okay.
Oh, I bet you can get it.
But
That
just put
queso
that-
was fucking solid too.
Could you put that smoked Gouda cheese
Yeah.
sauce on some tots for me? I'm on board with this.
100%. So
Yeah, Moni actually introduced me to that spot.
I like
She
Willie's.
took me over there.
So I used to go to the original Willie's,
Yeah.
and then now they open that one. It's just a little easier to get to than the ones down on 281. But I like
Yeah.
Willie's Ice House.
Nice. Nice.
Boys, real quick before we wrap up, did y'all see the internet absolutely obliterate what's her name? Miranda Galbraith, who is a licensed sex therapist who is advocating for MAPS, minor attracted peoples.
I saw.
Are you fucking serious?
That's a
Oh.
real thing.
So you're familiar with the Hodge twins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are now known as the Patriot twins?
The Patriot, because they've just been deleted off of everything.
Because they,
Yeah.
yeah. So, oh my god.
I like they get called white supremacists.
yeah,
Yes.
And
right?
they're two black guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this chick was like,
Marine
we need to-
veterans.
We need to talk about MAPs, minor attracted persons. And I was like, the only thing I need to talk about is distance and wind. Like,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I need to know.
Right. Bullet drop compensation.
I got a friend with a hog farm,
No.
and hogs will eat anything you put in their pens.
That's
yeah,
true.
she got absolutely obliterated over the last week. And
What
claimed-
did she say?
So she posted a video that has since been deleted,
Imagine that.
and saying they were the most demonized,
And
and marginalized.
sexual orientation group.
Yes.
No shit. Because
Yeah.
it's a fucking gross felony.
And I'm like, you mean the child rapists? That's who we're marginalizing?
Yeah.
Good.
And claiming that they are people that have not chosen to be attractive to children or teenagers.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit, man.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. All right. If you're attracted to kids, you have a mental fucking illness.
And you know what? The ones that
No,
do the
no,
whole, like,
yeah.
I have this compulsion, and so now I'm taking this castration pill. Cool. You
Appreciate
handled it.
Appreciate
If
it.
you're
Good on you.
If you're attracted to kids, I think it's because you can't get laid by an adult because you're probably a fucking loser.
I think it's about control. I think it's all about fucking control.
If you're attracted
They're
to
fucking
kids,
beta children.
if you're
who
attracted to
can't
kids,
fucking,
you're fucking broken.
yeah.
And you're a reason that
Yeah.
we should have chlorine in the gene pool.
Yeah.
There is absolutely zero justification
Zero.
for being attracted to fucking children.
And I if you are a minor attracted person, I invite you to
The
be
term
on,
is pedophile.
I invite you to be on this show. It will be glorious.
Yeah. Sure will. I will second that invitation.
Sure.
Please come to the
We
Freedom
will
Friends.
listen to everything you have to say.
Yep.
And then express our point of view. And hopefully we can come to a understanding.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll sleep like babies at the end of that night too.
No, I'll
Right.
sleep just fucking
Yeah,
fine.
I'd have no issue.
Yep.
Nah,
Might be the
I'd
best
sleep.
night's sleep I've had in a while.
Fucking true.
that might cure my insomnia.
There you go.
Right?
There you go. Yeah, that's fucking disgusting, man. And the fact that there are people out there advocating for this behavior, especially so-called fucking professionals that advocate for this kind of behavior, is fucking atrocious, man. It is so abhorrent and disgusting to me that this is even a fucking topic that we're talking about, because it shouldn't even be. It shouldn't even be in the fucking thought process.
This
of
topic should
anyone.
be so demonized that no professional would ever have the fucking balls to say something like
Yeah.
this.
Oh, they're demonized and they're marginalized. No shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
because
they
they're
are.
fucking criminals.
That's because it's the last bastion of fucking hope in our society
Yeah.
is that we demonize these pieces of shit.
Like that dude who went around on the fucking child molester fucking site and just went to like
The angel of death with
yeah,
a hammer.
and he went to like the fucking neighborhoods that looked like they had the measles on the fucking app, and he just went around to house and just fucking braining dudes with hammers. Fucking, I
Yeah.
want that guy to get pardoned so bad,
Where's the Medal of Freedom for that motherfucker?
right? Like presidential medal of fucking honor, right? Like he needs it. Like,
Yeah.
but no, we'll give it to Ellen.
Yeah.
We'll give it to Oprah. We'll give it to fucking whoever the fuck else they've given it to. That's definitely doesn't deserve it. Didn't Chelsea Manning get one?
Yeah.
She did, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She did, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
It's all publicity for that.
Yeah. No shit. You know, it's like every time, like it's like Caitlyn Jenner being Woman of the Year. It's the same fucking argument, man. It's fucking dog shit.
Well, that once again, that's just because guys are better at everything.
Yeah. Right. Here he goes. Here he goes, ladies and gentlemen.
But once again, not wrong.
Anyways, it's brought to you by
Better at swimming.
warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that sweet 15% off. Wellness.us for all those CBD needs. Use the code FreedomFriends25. That'll get you a quarter off your order over there. And of course, Icy Tech Coolers. Go to icytech.com. Use that code FreedomFriends10. That will get you 10% off there. Boys, I'm going to raise my glass. You need a little bit of this.
I do.
You need a little something, something.
There you go.
Can't,
Just, pour in there.
I'm going to raise my glass. I'm going to say thanks for being my freedom friend. Cheers, buddy. Dave, as always, thanks for filling in. Oh, yeah. Stunt goateeing today.
Right.
Stunt goatee today.
You
Yeah.
can fill me in anytime.
Yeah, you can. You don't even know I'm there except for the glow of my pipe in the corner while
Yeesh.
pipe's being laid. Ha! Like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons. Tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Hey, fucking mom's friends. There's this mediocre show. It's called The Freedom Friends, and that's us. That's what we do. We make weird shit happen. 3 little things. Words to live by, if you will. Nothing hard. Not hard. Just a little mantra for life that I like to fucking think of as I smash a pedophile's head in with a hammer. Dave, hit him with the first one.
Smoke on.
And your favorite, Scotty?
Drink on.
And God damn it, kids. Freedom to fuck on. Later.